This is the story of how I tried to sneak into Tesla to interview Elon Musk.
We are inside right now into Tesla.
That was actually documented into a video that I posted for maybe a few days, but then I decided to remove for specific reasons that I'm gonna explain at the end of the video. So we get there, and right off the bat, security is super tight. At this point, we're trying many different approaches to actually get in. We try from the front, we try from the sides, and at the end, we actually try from the back, and that ends up the way that ends up working for us. So within the way that the Tesla battery event is structured is, or at least the 2020 edition of it was, there was in a parking lot because COVID was still happening, so they didn't want too many people in a closed spot. We essentially went around that parking lot, and if you go right behind of it, what you see is that there are some train railways that you can go on, and if you keep on following those train railways, at some point on the left there is going to be a fence, and after that fence that's where the Tesla headquarters are. So we essentially saw that there was this layer of vegetation on the left, and if we were to pass that layer of vegetation, then we would have gotten into the actual parking lot and onto the stage, which was only probably 30 feet away from us, when we realized that we were ecstatic. And the reason for that is because we were able to jump the fence and actually get into that thick layer of vegetation so that we could hide there and wait for the right opening so that we could actually go down into the actual event itself. There were also some breakings into the fence, so we tried many different paths, and at some point we managed to find the perfect place for us to hide and wait for the perfect moment to actually get into the Tesla Battery Day event. I think we waited within that vegetation patch for probably 2 hours at least, and the reason for that is because there were security guards right by the two sides, and therefore we could not find a way to actually step down without being noticed by security guards. At that point, the event was coming to an end, and I decided to just go for it. So I told my assistant Danny that was with me, just follow me through this path that I had created. We walked down this steep path and we finally stepped into the actual parking lot where all the Teslas were parked and where the stage was. However, what happened is we had waited too long and the event had finished. So we walked directly in front of a security guard, and this was so freaking terrifying. And with a straight face, told him, hey, my friend was not feeling too well, and that's the reason why we moved away from everybody for a second. He looked at us, and for a second he believed us, except that at the last second my badge fell to the ground, and he looked at it. In that moment he realized that we were not actual press people for the event, we were just actually sneaking in. So what he did is he walked away for a little bit. He made a call. At that point he essentially called his head of security, and at the end we were escorted into this Tesla Model S outside of the parking lot and into an area where we could just go back and just reach our vehicle. Now, the reason why I decided to never upload this video or never keep this video online for a long period of time is because after that experience, I realized that there was not a path that I wanted to follow when it comes to YouTube content. And therefore, I felt like it wasn't going to be a long-term good thing to pursue, because first of all, that's straight up illegal. Second of all, just because it's just not bringing a good example to people, which is why right now I focus a lot more on personal development content and actually trying to better people's lives. The underlying message that I want to leave you with is, as long as you set your mind onto something, you can do just about anything. And that is something that I've kept with me and that I am utilizing right now when it comes to this content and when it comes to this goal to make personal development mainstream that we have on this channel. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, and if you like videos like this, then consider clicking on this video that is going to be on the screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.